Okay, last time on which topic we have discussed? Do you remember? I think Supreme is remembering. Okay, tell me,
Yes,
Supreme.
ma'am.
Which
Writing
top?
letter.
Writing letter. Yes, writing letter, or you can say formal letter. We are discussing on the formal letter. Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Nirvik. What do you mean by formal letter? What do you mean by formal letter?
That are given to
That are given to. Okay, okay, Kelvin. What do you mean by formal letter?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by
Formal
formal
letter.
letter?
Formal letter basically means those letters which are taken in use when we have to write the letter to someone who is senior to us, or we have to, or the letter which is used for official communication. The formal letter is the letter where we cannot use our emotional tones. Instead, we have to write the letter in a prescribed format, in
Yes.
a with polite and respected words.
Nice, Kelvin. You remember all those things. Okay, I was once you also revise. What do you mean by formal letter?
formal letter.
Yes, formal letter. Last time we discussed, yes, in last class. Okay, there's something about formal letter then.
Ma'am, formal letter is a letter which is written by junior to senior.
Rather than junior to senior, you can say that formal letter is written to say or to discuss on some issue, some topic there. We write formally that one, not junior to senior that one. Anyway, okay, define. Okay, continue, Abusan.
We have to respect to our senior by polite language, etc.
So formal letter is a letter which we write formally to request or to say something or to discuss on some topic. We write a formal letter. So it is, you can say it is an official letter. Official letter means understood. Yes, we write to the office or any organization, to company. This is a formal letter where you have to use formal language, more polite language you have to use there. So last time we were discussing on the format of writing the formal letter. At first on the top, what we write? At first on the top. Okay, Prisma, what we write on the top of the letter? Okay, Supreme, on the top, what we write of the letter? In the top of the letter, what we write there?
In the top of the letter,
Yes.
we write the topic, date.
In the top, at the top, we write at first sender address. Now, who is sender then?
Sender
the
is
sender?
me. Me.
Sender means, yes, who write the letter. If you write a letter, you are a sender. If I write letter, I'm a sender. Yes. So who write this letter? He or she is a sender. Then now next one is your receiver. Now who is receiver then?
Who I send letter?
Yes, that means to whom you send the letter. That means who received the letter. Suppose I write a letter to you. That means I'm a sender. You are a
Receiver.
yes. That's the thing. Okay. Suppose here, okay, Karan write letter to Nirvik. Now who is the sender? Who is the receiver here?
Karun is sender
Yes.
and is receiver.
Yes, good. So Karun is a sender and Nirvik is a receiver. That means
Receiver.
Karun write a letter to Nirvik. Now understood, sender and receiver.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So at first on the top we have to write we have to write the sender address. Excuse me, sir. I can say the screen here. Then after the receiver sender address, we have to write the date. Just below the sender address, we have to write the date, and date should be in the full form. That means there should be month, date, and year. We have to write there. Then after leaving one line, you have to write the receiver address. So let's see here how to write the receiver address here. Okay, last time we discussed up to here. Okay, format of formal letter. At first there should be the sender address. Just now we talk on the sender who write the letter. They are sender. Then after you have to write date. The next one is a receiver address. That means who receive your letter. To whom you are writing a letter, they are the receiver. Then after now subject. In formal letter, it is compulsory to write the subject. Suppose for leave, to publish my article, to clean our locality. Likewise, on which topic we are going to write, you have to write the subject in a short form. Then salutation. Salutation means greeting. Dear sir, respected sir, respected ma'am. That is a salutation. Now, body of the letter means what you write there. That is the body. Then closing the letter. Closing means now how do you close the letter? By mostly you say that you're sincerely, you're faithfully, you use, that is the closing the letter. And last one, designation and signature means now you have to write your name, your signature, in which post you worked here, you have to write. This is the simple format of the formal letter. Okay, let's see here. At first, sender address. Okay, sender address means always write address on the left hand corner, but previous time we write that one in the right hand corner. Now new trend, you can write all in the left hand corner. That means your address. That means who write the letter, they are the sender, and you have to write your address if we are writing them. Then down means it should be date. It should be placed just below the sender address. That means just below the address you have to write your date, on which date we are writing the letter. Next one is the receiver. Just now Supreme told that receiver means to whom you write a letter, they are the receiver. Always mention the receiver address just below the date with a line gap. Leaving one line, you have to write the receiver address. Suppose for example here, okay, the editor, the Himalayan Times, Tinkune, Kathmandu. This whole is known as a receiver address. Or suppose in the school, the principal, Mount Williams Boarding School, Balkot, Bhaktapur. This whole is the receiver address. That means you are writing a letter to Mount Williams School, you are writing a letter to the Himalayan Times. This is the receiver address. Getting me out on this one? So next is the subject. Okay, Sunishit, once read this. Are you seeing this slide?
It is the
Sunishit.
purpose of writing the letter. It should be written in brief and, if possible, in one line only.
Okay, once describe, what do you understand then? So easy. I've written this one. What do you
And
mean subject?
the subject should be written in brief, and it should be written in one line only.
Okay, subject is the main thing of the letter. That means why you are writing a letter, that is mentioned in the subject. So you are written, it is the purpose of writing the letter. That means it shows why you are writing a letter and on which topic you will talk on that letter. It shows that one. So it doesn't mean that you will write that subject in a very long way. It should be very short form. It's possible you have to write in only one line. Mostly we use in school subject for leave, only for leave. That means you are writing a letter to take a leave. Or you can say for to grant me permission. That means something you need a permission. That's why you write an application. Okay, subject for publishing my article. That means just now the receiver address, the editor, the Himalayan Times, Tinkuni, Kathmandu. This is the receiver address, and after that you have to write this for publishing my article. That means you want to publish your article in the Himalayan Times. That's why you are writing a letter to the editor of the Himalayan Times, and your topic is to publish your article. Okay, after that, now next topic is your greeting or salutation. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Salina, once read out this. Salina, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, once read this one.
Dear sir, madam, this is a common solution where we don't know the name of the person. If you know the name, you cannot address them formally using Mr., Mrs., Miss, and include their full name.
Okay, good. So this is the salutation, or you can say greeting. That means after writing the subject, you have to greet them. That means mostly you write there, we say dear sir or dear madam. Sometimes we write dear sir or madam, both. Suppose for example, I write the editor there. The editor may be male also, female also. You don't know who is there. So in that situation, we use both dear or madam. So this is the common salutation. Whenever we don't know the person, whenever we don't know that there is male or female, we don't know. In this situation, we use this one, dear sir, madam, or you can say respected sir or madam. Like being giving slash, we do just write both here, sir and madam, because we don't know the actual person there. So if you know the person, then you can directly identify them by writing their name, Mr., Mrs., Miss, by writing their name, or mostly you can write their surname, their caste, you have to write. Or you can write Mrs. Sapkota, Mr. Sapkota, like this you can write. Or it's better if you write the full name there. So this is about a greeting. And after writing the greeting, suddenly you have to write now you have to start the letter, and that is the body of the letter. That means in the body there should be 3 paragraphs. Understood? Okay, once read this one.
Body of the letter always
Hmm?
you get it?
Always organize.
Always organize the writing different paragraphs. The reason behind using the paragraphs is to keep the interested and to separate on from
Separate.
to separate on from another
What?
one another.
Okay, body of the letter. Body of the letter means now this is the main part where you write. Yes, what you are going to discuss there, you'll write here. So always organize the writing into different paragraphs. I mean, there's the introduction part, body part, and conclusion part. There's 3 paragraphs. So why you write a 3 paragraph there? The reason behind using different paragraph is to keep the reader interested and to separate one point from another. That means if you write paragraph wise, then it will be interesting to study, and it will be clear that what you are going to say there. But whenever you write all in one paragraph, which becomes so mess, it's too difficult to understand also. So it's better if you write in a different paragraph. Okay, at first paragraph is your introduction. Okay, once Supreme read this,
Yes, ma'am.
once read out this slide.
It is the first paragraph of the letter. It should be short. Mention the purpose of the letter so that the reader is clear about your intentions behind writing the letter.
Now what do you understand then?
Means you should write the word which can be clearly understand by the receiver.
Introduction is the first paragraph of while writing a letter. Here you have to discuss on the purpose of writing the letter. Why do you write the letter? You have to say something about in the first paragraph. Mention the purpose of the letter so that the reader is clear about your intention behind writing the letter. That means if you write there, then readers will understand that why you are writing the letter. But it doesn't mean that you have to describe all those things in the first paragraph. That means you have to write in short form only. In the body paragraph, paragraph, you have to describe that one. But in the you have to write introduction, you have to say it in a short form only. Next is the body of the letter. So it is the middle paragraph of the letter. It contains some necessary details with reference about the subject matter. That means in the middle, after introduction part, we discuss the things in the body part. So whatever things you are going to discuss there, you have to describe in this section with the things which is necessary to describe. That means you're given some necessary details with reference about the subject matter. So if you have got some sample there, then you can talk here. Reference you can give there. You have to discuss on the that subject you have to discuss in this body paragraph. Next one is the conclusion part. It is the last paragraph related. Maintain a requesting tone in the last paragraph as much as you can. Talk about the action you expect the recipient of the letter to take. Okay, Kelvin, what does it mean? What do you understand by this one?
Yes, ma'am. Conclusion paragraph is the last paragraph of the letter. Here we have to request receiver that what we are writing about, or we have or we have to and we have to talk about those points which we accept from them.
Yeah, that means suppose for easy example, okay, application. You mostly write an application in school, yes, for leave. So on that time, this closing means what? Maintain a requesting tone in the last paragraph as much as you can. That means in the last paragraph, you have written there, I humbly request you to grant me a leave for a day. That means I humbly request. That means you are requesting, you are using so polite language there. That means in the last paragraph, how much polite words you can use, you have to use in the last paragraph. The next is the talk about action you expect the recipient of the letter to take. That means in the last paragraph you write that I hope you will grant me a leave for a day. That means what things you want from them, you have to write in the last paragraph. Getting me or not this one? What things you want, what things you expect from them, you have to write. Suppose just now publishing your article, then you can write there, I hope you will publish my article in next session. I'm waiting for that article. That means what you expect from them, you have to write, mention that one in the last, or you can say it in the conclusion paragraph. This is about the body of the letter, which should be in a 3 paragraph: introduction, body part, and conclusion. So after that, now you have to close the letter. So closing the letter, in the letter with an appropriate closing statement followed by your full name and signature. The most preferred salutation are yours faithfully, yours sincerely. After writing that, you have to write your name, your signature, even where do you work, you can write that your designation also. This is about writing formal letter. So any confusion here in this? Any confusion here? Sunistit. Sunistit? Okay, Saugat. I'm not listening. Okay, do you understand about formal letter? Okay, say something about a formal letter, how we write them.
It is a letter that we send to the send to a special person, like to the for job or anything which is for like leave letter, and in that we have to at the first we have to write the address and date of this.
Whose address?
Ma'am, we have to write the address of
Sender
um,
one.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And after that we have to write subject in a we have to write as much short and understandable. And after subject we have to write citation like greeting. In this
Hmm?
we have to we have to do we have to greet them for reading this letter. And after body of introduction, in the introduction we have to introduce to ourselves, writing our name, address, like that. And a body
Hmm?
letter, in this there are three main parts. One is introduction and body letter and conclusion. And at last we have to close the letters by saying by saying your truly respected student or any.
Okay, good. So you have you get some knowledge about formal writing, yes, formal letter writing. So I'm giving one class over here. So you will get 5 minute time to submit that one. Okay. Okay, I'll share it in your Google Classroom. Once check your classroom.
We have to so now.
Yes, after 5 minutes. Okay. At first, I'll keep the class over there. Then only your time will be. Okay, I posted here, and your topic is classwork zone 3.
Ma'am, ako sign up.
And your wait for some time, it will be there. Classwork zone 3. Have you got?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Already posted here then. Anyone who have got there?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No one? Yes,
Ma'am,
yeah,
I have
good.
also got. I have also got.
yes, ma'am.
You also got?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you can start to do your time start.
Ma'am, CW June 3.
Yes. Class work June
Oh.
3rd today on date.
Now I got.
You got a question there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am submitted.
Submitted, good. Next, anyone?
How fast, ma'am?
Sunitsa, are you doing or not? I don't think you are doing.
I'm doing
Ma'am, my answer is right.
I'll check
wrong.
it. Sunitsa, do your work at first. Nirvik, any problem? Sunitsa, complete.
No, I'm going to.
What you written? Just read out that one.
Wait, ma'am. I will show later.
No, you can read now.
Ma'am, I'm typing so.
While typing, you can read that means.
Ma'am, submitted.
Submitted to submitted.
Ma'am, when we will check the answers?
After some time, after finishing this class is going to over and I'll finish. I'll check and I'll submit them. Okay. Okay, your time is almost going to over. over. 1 minute left.
Submitted.
Submitted. Gaurav, any problem there?
Ma'am, I have submitted.
Okay, you also submitted. Then next, Abusan also submitted. Yes, Abusan. Kelvin, do you submit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Arya,
I have submitted.
Arya, do you submit?
Yes, ma'am.
You also submit. Good. Okay, let's see then what things you have written there and what things I have written here. Okay, once check the slide here. Okay, I have written some point here. Let's see your point and this one, how much it matched then. A thing should be kept in mind while writing formal letter. Okay, Supreme, read one first point.
Should be in specified format.
Okay, what does it mean?
Means it means we have to write the nice format so that receiver can read properly.
Yes, rather than nice format, there is a prescribed format. Yes, just now we have discussed. So specified format and prescribed one. That means we have to follow that format. Sender address, receiver address, subject, salutation, body. That is the format. In that way, you have to write the letter. Anyway, good. Next, okay, Arya.
Ma'am,
Okay, so read the second point.
avoid the use of unnecessary words.
Okay, this what does it mean then?
It means that we should use polite words.
Polite word, formal, and whatever things we don't need to mention there. Like in informal letter. Whenever we write informal letter, whatever you want, you can mention there, you can write there. Even that is not necessary, you can mention there. But in formal letter, you have to write those things only which is necessary, which just talk about your purpose or your subject matter. Okay. Okay, Kelvin, read third point.
Excuse me, ma'am, we have less than 4 minutes left.
Okay. Okay, next point is here, should be straight to the point. That means in which topic we are going to write a letter. Just you have to directly, you have to talk. You don't need to talk about your unnecessary materials, unnecessary matter. You don't need to talk there. The next one is the should be more polite. Just now Arya told we have to be more polite and more formal. And last time also we discussed that even you are writing a complaint letter, in that time also you have to be more formal, more polite there. You have to use polite language, polite word there. The last one is the most important thing is the should be free from any grammatical or spelling mistake. So your spelling mistake, I think spelling mistake is already here. So anyway, it is so that means whenever you write a letter, formal letter, there should be no grammatical error, no spelling error. There should be like in formal letter we use our everyday conversation, day-to-day language. That's why there is a no grammatical form here. So but here you have to concern about the grammatical and spelling error. You have to be very much clear about this one. So these are the things which we have to keep in mind while writing a formal letter. Formal letter. Now any problem here in formal writing a formal letter? And in next class we'll discuss on the informal letter. Informal letter is easy than the formal one because it is written to your family members, your friends, your relatives. So there is a pattern format, but we don't need to follow that one strictly. You can use your everyday language. That's why there's maybe a grammatical and spelling error as well. But this is a formal letter which you have to be much more careful while writing the letter. So our time is going to over here. That's why any confusion here? Anyone? Any confusion you can ask now. If not, then I will give you one assignment in your Google Classroom later on. Then you can do that assignment and please submit that assignment on time. Understood? With your proper name.
Ma'am, when?
On time, I'll give your due date also. On that date, you have to submit, and there should be your name as well. Sometimes there is one name, there is a parent's name, sometimes there, so it's so difficult to understand who is that or who is her, who is who. Okay, and later on I'll check your classwork as well. Now any problem there? And next one, our topic is, are you clear? Abusan, are you saying something? Yes, I think you are trying to say something there. Abusan,
Yes, ma'am.
you are
There is
saying
not
something. There is what?
There is not my email account.
I got your email. Yeah, I know that one. The
Then,
next
ma'am.
one, anyone? Yes, I know that your one. But
Yes.
already there's someone. So you can write your name then. If you haven't got your email account, then you can write your name in the last or in the beginning. It's simple.